Launchpad is our official demo app that shows you how to use Next.js with Strapi. Here I have it running locally, and this is our front end as well as our back end, where you could see all the different articles, categories, collection types that represent our front end website. But now that we have this project deployed locally, let's take a look how we could deploy our project to Strapi Cloud. Strapi Cloud is a fully managed cloud hosting for your Strapi project. It allows you to get everything you need in one place. And this is exactly what we're going to get started with. So navigating to strapi.io/cloud, you could click on Get Started for Free button. It's going to ask you to connect with GitHub. Please follow the steps to set up your account. By the way, this is part of our Getting Started with Strapi and Next.js article, where you could see all the details that we're going to cover in this video. In the first video, we took a look how to set up our project locally, and now we're going to take a look how to deploy our project to Strapi Cloud. You could use this blog article as reference, but I'm also going to cover the steps in this video. Here in my dashboard, before we click our Create Project button, make sure that you followed the first video and already saved your project to your own GitHub repo. This is what we're going to use to deploy our project to Strapi Cloud, and then in a later video to Vercel. Clicking Create Project button, we're going to select the free trial account. Let's scroll down. In our Import Get repository, we're going to select our account from which we want to use our project. Then let's find our repository. And for me, it's Testing Launchpad, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. Next, in the setup section, let's give our project a name. I'm going to call it Testing Launchpad. It's going to be the main branch. And since I'm in United States, I'm going to use US East. Next, let's click on Show Advanced Settings, because our repository has two different folders. We have our Next folder for our Next.js project, and then we have our Strapi folder for our Strapi project. We want to make sure that we point to our Strapi folder because this is where our Strapi project lives. So here, I'm going to say /Strapi. For node version, I'm going to keep it default. And for now, we're not going to add any environmental variables, but we're going to return here when we deploy our project to Vercel. So now let's go ahead and click Create Project button. And this is going to start your project creation. In just a couple of minutes, you're going to see a detailed deployment page, which is going to show the progress of your deployment. In the build logs, you're going to see the building logs. And as our project continues its deployment process, you're going to see everything here in the build logs. And once it's finished, and our project is live, you're going to see everything here in the deployment logs. I'm going to pause the video here and come back when our project is completely deployed. After your project is deployed, you'll be able to click Visit Your App button. So let's go ahead and click it. Now, if you click this screen and you don't see the admin panel, give it a few minutes to allow all the changes propagate. And once you see this form, welcome to Strapi, let's go ahead and create our first admin user. And make sure you enter all your info. And now, since this is deployed on cloud, make sure that you are choosing a very secure password. That's what I'm going to do here. Once you have entered your password, go ahead and click Let's Start. You're going to be greeted with your dashboard area. If you take a look at your content, you're going to notice that all of our content is empty. We don't have any of our data. So in the next step, let's go ahead and see how we could transfer our local data from our local project to populate our cloud account. In order to transfer our data, we need to go ahead and create a transfer token. So here in Settings, go ahead and select the transfer token menu item. Let's add a new transfer token. I'm going to call this transfer, and we're going to set the duration for 7 days. And we're going to do this for push because we want to push data from our local environment to our Strapi Cloud instance. Go ahead and click Save. This is going to go ahead and generate your API token. Before using the token, we need to go ahead and first get the copy of our URL, including /admin. Now my terminal, make sure you're inside your Strapi folder. Let's run clear. And if you run yarn strapi transfer -h, you're going to get the help command for the different options you have available. And here you could see that we have two options where we add our destination URL, which is our deployed Strapi account. And that's what we're going to use. So let me go ahead, clear the screen, and do yarn strapi transfer --2, and go ahead, paste in your URL. Make sure you include /admin and click enter. Now it's going to ask you for your transfer token, and this is the token that we created. So here, go ahead, copy your token and click save. Now in our terminal, let's go ahead and paste it in and click enter. It's going to warn us that transfer delete all our existing data, which is perfectly fine because we're doing our initial transfer. Go ahead and click yes and click enter. This is going to go ahead and initiate the transfer. What we're doing here, we're transferring our local data on our local project and we're pushing it to our remote Strapi account, which is hosted in our Strapi Cloud. After transfer is complete, we're going to see all the different items that have been transferred. When we navigate back to our cloud account, and now let's go ahead to our content manager, you will notice that we have all of our data, including our articles, categories, and so on, which is pretty awesome. Now that we have our project deployed, we could see that if we go to settings, go into users permission roles, and look on public, we're going to see that we have our endpoints enabled, for instance, for our articles, to get our blog pages. That means that our API is ready to go and we're able to make a request. For instance, if I want to find all the articles, all I need to do, make a GET request to our articles on our Strapi Cloud hosted account. When I click enter, and of course you could do this from Postman, but you could see that we have all of our data available to us, which is kind of awesome. Now that we know that we have successfully deployed our Strapi application to Strapi Cloud and we know that our endpoint is working, in the next video, we're going to take a look how to deploy our front-end project to Vercel. And this is what we're going to do next. And then we're going to connect the two applications together where our deployed Next.js application is going to be pulling data from our Strapi instance running in Strapi Cloud. And remember, as always, you have resource to this blog post that you're going to find linked in the description below that covers all the steps that we covered in this video series. Thanks again, and we'll see you all in the next video.